think I've mentioned before, I've got this album, melodeath album, collection of songs that never really made it, a bunch of ideas that didn't really come to fruition, and it's just some really great music that honestly just never made it onto an album for whatever reason. Hash them out with you guys on a live stream. I have finished that album, I've written all the lyrics, I've recorded demo vocals, which are really bad. It's pretty much me just whispering into the microphone. But it's done, it's ready, it's written. I had the intention of just getting a bunch of friends and people in the industry I know and guest vocalists to help me. And I know a bunch of you would obviously jump at the chance to do that too, and I love you for that. I also kind of think I want to kind of try this myself, because imagine the doors I open if I can actually scream. Like, I don't know, maybe I can. So I thought it's worth trying this out. So I'm going to do a few lessons with Mary over the next few months. Melodeath albums and things, and I'm like, as a solo artist with my fans who still want to hear that sound, I wonder, I can do everything else, but I never really have approached, harsh vocals on an album, so maybe I can do it. And maybe I won't be able to. I'm completely accepting of the fact that I may not be able to do it. But why not give it a go,
It's been a hot minute since I've updated the vlog. What's been going on? Well, is that a man pissing in a bush? Now, you might be wondering what these fucking massive yellow things are behind me. I'm going to be doing vocals for the new melodeath album in a small room which isn't 100% soundproof or anything like that. Yeah, I'm so excited about the album again. I'm getting really pumped about the melodeath EP, which is now an album. We wrote a track together. If you're in the top tier, I've wedged in a new track at the start of the album. I felt like something was missing. I felt like it's a very old school Andy kind of style. It's kind of along the lines of Dawn of the Fifth Era, going back to my roots a little bit. It's actually a lot like the Shadow Law album, so we're really going back to my roots on that. I'm just focusing on the positive. We're getting positive again. I've got a lot of anger and frustration still built up in me. That doesn't mean I can't put that across with positivity.
There you go, Mr. Andy.
And then in here we've got the thing with the pencil trick. I'm basically just really getting some advice, and then Zach got carried away, and apparently we're doing vocals now. So it's a good looking studio though. It's better than my joint. I need the note too. Can you play it once and then I'll get it? The city falls to ruin!
Instead of being like, oh, flame! You're like, yeah, flame! Yeah, flame! Wider. I don't get any wider than that. Go wider. Stretch it as far as it can go, then let go. There, wider. Now do it. Ah, flame!
Yeah! I feel like I can't do this.
You can. This took me years to get. So
don't tell me that. I've got to record this month.
Oh!
I'm angry. I'm pissed off. I'm going to quit.
Just practice.
Theo's on his way over, and we are going to have a little go at doing some vocal stuff. This is what I purchased. $5 each. Massive panels of foam. Put them in the window. You pull the blind over the top, and hopefully that will do a little bit of sound deadening. And then obviously over here we've got Theo's SM7B. We don't really need a pop filter for that because it's got its own. This is what Zach let me borrow. I guess a room divider, I think they call it, because I'm so bloody tall. Polystyrene from, I think it was from my computer. So I can actually fit inside here nice and snug. Got a little roof, it's a little quilt on top, or a doona. If you're from Australia, we call them a doona here. I don't. Never called it that before. Never will. Giving a little bit away here, but if you're on the top tier, you would have seen on some of the streams we've done together. I don't even know if we wrote much of this song together actually, but I gave some previews, and anything in pink is going to be hopefully a female vocalist. It's actually me just pitch shifted up. Please keep this to yourselves, of course. This is all Patreon exclusive stuff. Nobody knows that, but it was the melodeath EP, and it's soon grown into an album. It's about 8 tracks, but some of the tracks are a little bit long. This is more of an album now. Right, so wedge them in, and I'll just hold them in place. I mean, it will make a little bit of difference, and it'll certainly make the room a bit more acoustically treated. So.
Well, it's night and day difference.
So Theo's been producing me. We're kind of trying to find a new sound. Oh yeah!
Don't tense up. Start low and try to sweep up. So go ooh.
We're just experimenting.
So you went to like E, and it's like that's sitting at the top of your hard palate. So try to get it behind your nose even. Clancy comes in, so E.
Yeah.
Clancy. Yeah. Clancy.
All right. So
Wiggum.
All right, the Chief Wiggum.
Imagine you've got a shoe that's too small, and you're like, like you're really like.
Instead of going and buying new shoes.
Let's say you have to walk over broken glass, and this shoe is all that's going to save you, and you're like, no, but not. That's a battle cry. You want to be like, Even
That was it?
That was it. That was it.
It's the small shoe!
It's a small shoe. You know what?
Small
It's not
shoe
broken
fry.
glass. You've got to step on Lego if you don't have the shoe on.
Oh my god. I need to get the shoe on. So we found it. The and was what I'm talking about. That and. I think we snipped the and out. That's the sound, so if I can just get that for this bit, I've found the voice for the album.
Just remember, Andy, you got here by thinking about Lego and shoes.
And a little shoe. It was the little shoe technique that did it. Pretty happy. There are sounds coming out of me that I just didn't know I had. Just put like everything into that fear, and you can actually hear like the character in the story is disgusted by the fear. He's like pushing it away. He's like, fear. I didn't really know I had that voice. So getting the guitar re-strung, reset up and all that shit, we're going to start tracking the album. Oh my god! Intonation all set up and all swanky and, spruced up. Look at your face. We're having to rewire the entire guitar because the volume knob is being a little bitch. That's what the inside looks like. I don't get to read this very often. Valkyrie's Curse. Back to the studio now, getting through the rhythm guitar. It's going to be done this week, and then I'm going to move on to the lead guitar. I'm still practicing my screams. I'll give you one right now. Yeah! Oh god. Oh, Simone! I did about 3 weeks of it. All the rhythm guitar's done. My vocals have been coming out like effortlessly. It's like some days they just sort of fall out, and I think I'm really starting to nail that sound that I've been searching for a long time now, and I think the album's coming together really well. I've not announced this yet. This is Patreon exclusive stuff. This is a song we worked on together a little bit, and this was the song that I kind of was like, the album was done, it was a 7-track or EP or whatever, and this is the song that made it an album. This is the song that I went, you know what, it needs that song that just delivers as you press play on it. You put the CD in. I mean, I'm old school, right? I'm talking about CDs, but I want the first thing that people hear, I want it to come out of the gates flying. I'm going to open Cubase and show you a little bit what I've done. These are demo vocals. They're not the final thing, but it's sounding pretty good. And I've got a good mix going, so I'm going to show you that now. It's got very chunky and big. There's a lot going on here. I'm just going to show you a little bit of it. Final guitars. I will probably reamp them later. It's just my Axe Effects tone at the moment, although it does sound pretty good. To me, it encapsulates the kind of melodeath sound that I brought to Mors Principium Est. It has a lot of the Shadow Law album going on. This album here, that kind of got me into Mors, actually. This is an album that I wrote in 2010, 2009, 2010, recorded in 2010, I think. I'm really bringing in that sound again. It's so fun to revisit that sound, but with a fresh mind and just being like, let's go again. People want to hear this kind of shit. A lot of you guys I know are here for the melodeath stuff. Sounding mean. This is what we've ended up with for the guitars. It doesn't really get any tighter than that. That is tighter than a duck's ass. Crazy hard stuff to record. I mean, I'm giving stuff away here, I shouldn't, but... yeah. That was it. Oh, come on. You filthy, filthy animal. This is with all 3 harmonies. You ready? Oh! Did somebody order Brian May from Wish? Because he just showed up. That's making me cry. That's making me cry. And that's it, man. But guys, I just wanted to tell you that there was a surprise at this stream. I want to get really soppy here. I've been on an emotional ride doing this album. I'm completely obsessed with it the last few months. And I've been recording for
about 5 weeks. I've been through hell and back. You and I have just recorded the last bit of guitar for the entire album, and we did it here on Patreon, and that means a hell of a lot to me because you guys are helping so much to fund the albums I'm making, so fucking much, and I really appreciate it. It just means a lot to me. You saw it happen. I'm gonna go celebrate basically after this. All the guitars are now recorded for the whole album. That's all the lead guitars, all the rhythm guitars. I'm done. I'm now waiting on some guest vocals to come through. I've got to do vocals. Thanks for coming with me on this journey again. Love you guys. And yes, I do have a title for the album. It stays between the Patreon community, but the title for the album is going to be Exilium. It's Latin for exile. It's a concept album. I like to write stories. I like to put my own experiences in, obviously, as well. Thanks for joining me, guys. One more time, here we go. That's emotional.
So I'm recording vocals. There's a f***ing dog outside just going, whoo, whoo, whoo. If that comes out on the album, every bar is whoo, whoo, whoo. F*** me. It's going well though. It's going well.
Is an absolute sweatbox in it. Smashing through some vocals today, making great progress. It's going really well, and I thought I would let you in on some of the shit I'm doing. Really, I'm going back and just making sure every f***ing line counts.
Hot damn, it's hot enough in here.
Alright, emotional bit coming up.
If I could get out of sight from the shores of the hourglass, I got that I'll never reach different on the beach, reappreciate all stars again. Yes, really ashes you tell me now.
I've been doing this for, I don't know, it's been a few months I think of just getting in here every weekend and recording. Every time I listen back to stuff, it sounds shit compared to what I can do like today. And then next week, the stuff I do today will probably sound like shit. So I'm just evolving the sound, getting better every day and every week. And every time I come back to it, I'm like, shit, I got to redo that whole song. But in a way, it's kind of good because I'm upping my game every time, which is awesome. And I'm finding new voices, hi-fi thing going on, which I love. Some more sort of low guttural stuff coming through as well. And then I've got the more sort of aggressive, shouty, pitched screams, which are just like singing really hard and getting that grit. So everything's coming together pretty well. This one's very much an emotional song. So I'm letting it all hang out. It's crazy, just like picking up a different instrument altogether and starting from scratch. And it's a lot of fun. So it should be. Gotta have fun, haven't you? I can't half-ass anything. Everything has to be 100%. This is definitely a new deal to me to be screaming on a full album. I'm really, putting a lot of pressure on myself to get it to sound the way I want it to. I feel the pressure of picking up another instrument and running with it. It's a huge ask. I seem to not have any fear. I just have a lot of self-doubt, but the fear aspect, like there's nothing stopping my motivation to get this done. I want to do this. I'm going all in on it. I want to pour as much emotion into this aspect of the record as I do with the guitars. So like the vocals have to be on point. They have to bring that, not just the aggression, it has to tell a story as well. The lyrics are very meaningful for the whole album. There's a concept throughout the album. Every lyric has deep, heartfelt meaning. I have to meet that with meaningful vocal takes. So I'm taking this very, very, very seriously. And I feel the pressure. But mainly I know I'm putting that on myself.
Yeah, from the black, dregs in sorrow, haunted by shadows. Zealously I exist, shell of a man, cold and hollow. What lifeless world is this? Shadows. Zealously I exist, watching my past fade away. I hear the cries, kills of the kingdom that should be destined to share their fate. Each night I'm watching my best fade away. I hear the cries, kills of the kingdom that should be within me. Knowing I wasn't there is something I cannot take. What lifeless world is this? I'm haunted by shadows. Zealously I exist.
So I've got a bit of acoustic guitar thing I'm recording now. I finished the guitars a while ago and I realised shit, there's one bit of acoustic guitar on the album that I haven't actually recorded yet. So given that I don't have an acoustic guitar in this country, I headed over to my mate Joao's house and he lent me his acoustic. So I've got this nice... Oh my god, Joao, I'm so sorry. No, it's fine. It's fine. There's nothing, there's not even a dent. Try and record that last bit of acoustic guitar for the album. It's just down to some final vocals and we're out of there. We're out of there, kid! It's the hardest thing, recording acoustic guitar, because every single note has to ring out perfectly. Any little scrape, slide, any bit of skin from your hand that gets in the way, and it's like, you get this horrible... Oh, it's frustrating. Fucked it! Oh, that was it. Let's see how good we can make that sound.
It's a hot day. I've really picked the wrong day to only own black t-shirts. I'll just have to sweat it out. The Melodeath album. It's getting frustrating because it's basically done. I mean, I keep saying that. It's been basically done for a long fucking time. Quite impatient. I like things to be done. Trying to, I suppose, project manage several guests. My guy Kim doing the artwork. Trying to figure out how I'm going to release the album. In the end, I ended up doing Never After an Arcade Metal myself from my little bedroom with Ananda's help, covering our entire house in pizza boxes. 120 pizza boxes ready to go out. That is awesome because you retain all of the rights, but you know, unfortunately it's a great deal of work, and I'm keeping the cost as low as possible, but at the same time I'm making a loss on shipping right now. People are ordering from my website because I want to keep costs as low as possible for people. The question really is, do we want to do the pizza box mayhem again, or do we want to get someone else, maybe a European distributor, to take over? But you know, I've spoken to a couple of people and it's like, yeah, cool, no worries Andy, yeah, we'll just take 80% of the profits. Or they'll say, okay, if you buy all the stuff and you ship it to us, and bear in mind that's going to be like 200 vinyls, 500 CDs, boxes and boxes of t-shirts and merch, and God knows what else. If you get that all to us, then we'll do 50-50, all right? That's still something for me to figure out. But in the meantime, I have been doing some more vocals. I have been reamping the guitars. There's a bit of a question mark about who's going to play drums on this album. And again, that just comes down to scheduling, really. I am so proud of this album. I know I keep saying that. A lot of that is thanks to you guys. So I f***ing appreciate you.